Buddhist philosophy is the ancient Indian philosophical system that developed within the religio-philosophical tradition of Buddhism. This thought-provoking concept is a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, a system of beliefs and teachings that originated from the reflections of Gautama Buddha around the 5th century BCE. At its core is the principle of anatman, or non-self, which boldly asserts that there is no unchanging permanent self or soul. This seemingly abstract concept is actually quite profound, suggesting that there is no element of us that remains constant, no essence that defines our identity over time. This sharply contrasts with the Upanishadic idea of an eternal self, an unchanging essence that underpins our existence. Yet, in the Buddhist perspective, clinging to the notion of a permanent self in a world characterized by impermanence is the root cause of suffering. Understanding the concept of non-self is the first step towards comprehending Buddhist philosophy. What if the very clinging to the notion of a permanent self is the root cause of all human suffering? Now, let's delve deeper into this profound Buddhist belief. In the vast and dynamic panorama of existence, everything is in a constant state of flux, including ourselves. Yet, we often cling to the idea of a permanent, unchanging self, an idea that is at odds with the very nature of reality. Buddhist philosophy suggests that this attachment to a fixed identity is the primary source of suffering or dukkha. It's like trying to grasp onto water. The tighter we hold, the more it slips through our fingers, causing frustration and pain. By understanding that there is no unchanging self, we can begin to let go of this futile struggle. This philosophy shapes the Buddhist approach to life and the pursuit of spiritual liberation, or moksha. For it is in letting go, in embracing impermanence, that we can find true freedom from suffering. Letting go of the notion of a permanent self can thus be a path towards alleviating suffering. So what does it mean to live without a permanent self in an ever-changing world? In essence, Buddhist philosophy invites us to challenge our conventional understanding of selfhood. It posits that there is no unchanging, essential self within us. This notion defies the common belief in an eternal soul, presenting a radical departure from many spiritual traditions. The heart of suffering, according to Buddha, lies in our clinging to the idea of a permanent self in a world marked by constant change. This attachment to the impermanent gives rise to pain and discontentment. Yet, there is a path to liberation from this self-inflicted suffering. By accepting the truth of impermanence and the non-existence of a fixed self, we can embark on a journey towards spiritual freedom. This is the profound wisdom at the core of Buddhist philosophy. By grasping these core principles, we can begin to see the world through the lens of Buddhist philosophy and perhaps gain a new perspective on our own existence.